prove. I wanna lose. Yeah, something to prove. You know that I wanna lose. Yeah, gonna leave this here. This right here gonna be that year. Yeah, that's too sincere. I don't really think I could be that clear. I'ma be right here, but y'all know that. Wanna feed my fist, try to hold me back. Y'all do that, try to hold me down. Karma is real and it's coming around.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Take Me Out to the Video Game, a podcast about baseball video games. Well, we have a ton of content dropping today. We've got the first Spotlight program. We have got the last ride program. It, of course, is all preceded by a live stream, which, of course, we will show at the end of the video so that they can break it down a little bit better than I can. But I'm going to do my best to break it down first. But before we get into that, I do want to touch base on this common courtesy program because some things have changed. Man, did they get us good, because when I released the original video the other day, I had said, because it looked like you had to go here and just do the repeatable mission over and over and over again until you get to this last icon. But little did I know that the April Fool's joke was far from over. The next day, they dropped the thing here where you actually get the rest of the XP needed by collecting all 4 cards, completing the program, and when you do that, you get diamond versions of each card. So the common courtesy program is not for nothing. So they doubled down on the April Fool's joke, which I love. This Richie Ashburn still doesn't have shit for power, but of course, Richie Ashburn didn't have shit for power in real life. So, but like, I don't know. I like that because they got me. Like, you can watch the previous video and know they got me. They hit us with an April Fool's joke when in today's world, it's so hard to fall for April Fool's joke because everybody's expecting it. They hit us with a good one, so props to SDS for this, but let's get into the new content from today. They absolutely cooked with this last ride program. You see, you got Mike Mussina. Look, this is going to sound crazy as a Red Sox fan because he played for the Yankees and the Orioles, but I love Mike Mussina cards. I'm so excited to use this. And then, of course, Mike King, Big Papi, David Ortiz. Yeah, I know, another Red Sox card. Look, let me revel in these. Let me enjoy these, all right? I'm so excited to use both of these cards. Some moments, some missions for both of them. Going to be great. And then, of course, this Spotlight program, the first Spotlight program of the year. We have Cameron Meisner for the Rays. We have Mackenzie Gore for the Nationals. And we have Jordan Westburg for the Orioles. This card's going to be a beast. We got a Spotlight drop pack with Nick Pivetta. Tommy Edman. These cards are always good. People love the Tommy Edman cards. We got Griffin Conine for the Marlins. We got the second Max Muncy for the Athletics. And then we have Austin Wells for the Yankees. So some pretty decent cards dropped in this program. They also talked quite a bit about the Weekend Classic stuff. I'm not really going to recap that stuff. If you want to stick around and listen to it, because I will be playing their thing here at the end. But they dropped a lot of information on that. They announced new legend Corey Kluber is in those Weekend Classic packs. I don't know how I feel about that one. Like, yeah, cool to have Corey Kluber back in the game, but like, I'd prefer cards that like we haven't had in a while or maybe ever had in MLB The Show. So, like, I don't know how I feel about that one. They did release a new Conquest map. Let's take a look at this sword map. See what we got here reward-wise. Some XP, some packs. So, pretty cool stuff there. Believe there's some new... something somewhere. Here it is. New Chase, Brian Reynolds. This card, of course, gonna be beefy. Nothing else all that new in the shop. They did announce double XP all week, which is crazy. I, of course, am already done with the program, so I am going to be hitting that wheel like an absolute madman all week. Get as many packs as I can. Get some stubs. Get my collections up, because that new collection drop is also coming later this month. It does not look like they gave us the opening day roster yet, which is kind of disappointing. I was hoping that that would come today so that I could get my franchise roster ready and my Road to the Show roster ready, but looks like we got to hold out a little bit longer on that, so that is a little disappointing, but we still have tons of stuff to do. As an offline player, I'm just disappointed. Like, I'm waiting for that roster to come so that I can tweak it and get into my franchise and Road to the Show, but looks like I gotta wait a little bit longer. Anyways, that is going to do it for me. I, of course, am going to leave you with their live stream. If you have already seen that, feel free to click out. If not, you want to hear more stuff in depth like they talked about, we'll have that for you next. But please, if you enjoyed the content, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment your favorite thing about the drop this week. We'll see you on the next one.
What
Hello.
is up? How are you guys doing? Welcome to MLB The Show Live, our second MLB The Show Live.
Second.
I
22.
am, of course, Carson. I am joined by Ashley,
Hello, hello.
and I am joined by our weekend classic confidant, Ian. How are you doing?
Confidant's a good word. I'm good.
Yeah, thank you. I'm rolling on the fly
You
here.
really are.
It's a Friday. We're so excited for all the content that's going to be dropping today, and some of it that's going to be dropping next Friday. So let's just get into it. To start, I think we all know that we have game updates going out.
Got some game updates.
We have another one on the way. I can't give you the exact timeline, but we'll have some bug fixes in there. Very excited to get that out to you guys, hopefully soon. I know that we've seen a lot of chatter, a lot of feedback, so just keep it coming. We really appreciate it. But yeah, we really just appreciate everything, and you should be seeing something hopefully in the next week or two.
Absolutely. And then on the live content side of things, earlier this week, I think we got you good, the community. We had the Common Courtesy Program.
It
First
was really
time
good.
we've
Yeah.
ever done something like that. For those of you who might have missed it, we dropped commons on Tuesday for April Fool's Day. And then if you finish the program, you get those commons. There was a collection that dropped on Wednesday to get the diamond versions of those cards. A lot of you enjoyed that program, so it's very awesome to see. Additionally, Battle Royale flipped over. We have 2 new flawless rewards. Houston, Andy Pettit is one of them, and then our Jimmy Rollins, Philadelphia's own. I like to call Jimmy Rollins White Sox legend. That's just me. And then last but not least, the multiplayer program got its final installment of missions, so you can now finish the program and, even more importantly, add that amazing Jose Bautista to your squad.
Yeah, I know. When I saw the Jose Bautista, I was excited for the community to get their hands on it.
Oh,
Ian. That card is going to rake for you. So get through the multiplayer program, finish Drop 3, and you're going to have tons of good cards. I mean, Terry,
Scary Terry.
Scary Terry, Mark Pryor was in there.
Mark Davis.
Mark Davis, and of course, yeah, the Jose Bautista. So get in there, play the multiplayer program, finish all those missions, and you guys will have some great cards leading in to the Weekend Classic next Friday.
Weekend Classic next Friday. And as Carson said, we have Ian over from the design team. So let's check out all that we're going to be talking about on today's stream with our nice little fancy overlay. So for today, we have Ian, meaning we're going to do another preview of Weekend Classic for our fans who may have missed a couple of previews before we launch. And then, of course, it's next Friday. We want to make sure we give you all the details possible. And then after that, Carson, what are we looking at?
We're looking at the April Spotlight program. This will be the first drop for it. I'm very excited for everyone in the community to see this. It's going to be a perfect blend of what you see with, the monthly awards, then the season awards, then Tops Now, all into one cool program. So we'll be going through that for the first time today. And then, of course, we have the Last Ride program, something I'm very excited for.
Oh, we know you are, Carson. What was the reference again?
It's the Dominic Toretto program. For all my Fast and Furious fans, this will be a great program, relatively easy to get through with some great rewards, Ian.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Absolutely. But before we dive in, we have a quick community update for all of our fans who have been grinding their way through the Team Affinity My Journey programs. If we want to hit up the dev kit, we have a quick update about the discoverability of these icons. Ian, Carson, we are now at 15 of 30, so that's half of the #1 fan icons have been discovered. The most recent one being the Chicago Cubs by one of my favorite community members, Captain Tater Tot. I know he's a Cubs fan, but shout out Captain Tater Tot. Shout out the community who's been finding all of these icons, discovering them through their missions. Once again, this is not a requirement to get those programs done, but definitely a nice little bling bling to show off in your profile.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I know when we launched a couple weeks ago, everyone saw how long these team affinities were, and they were like, there's no way anyone's going to get through. To hear that there's 15 people that have already completed team affinity for the whole season. Don't forget, we will have other team affinity drops going out throughout the year, but for this My Journey team affinity program, Ian, to see 15 people already get through the whole thing is crazy.
It's a little bit scary, to be honest with you.
Talk me through your Dodgers, Ian. Have you made progress in the Dodgers program?
Yeah. I've gotten through about the third drop of missions, so not quite all the way up to the #1 fan icon, but I'm rocking a little Dodgers theme team in ranked right now, so it's a good way to get a bunch of missions done, get a bunch of PXP for that.
There you go. Yeah, I've been chugging along with the Nats. I have James Wood, which I thought was enough, but I got to keep working towards this icon.
I mean, hey, it's James Wood. But let's move on to Weekend Classic. We have the expert in front of us, Ian, right here, coming hot from the design team. So, Ian, for our fans who are new, just hearing about this for the first time, what is Weekend Classic?
Yeah, so Weekend Classic is going to be the home of the highest stakes games we've ever had in MLB The Show, and also the most rewards we've ever had in MLB The Show.
Whoa.
It is one of the most
rewards.
exciting modes we've ever dropped, I think. One of the biggest expansions we've had to our ranked seasons for a long time. So how it's going to work is over the course of the ranked season, you're going to increase your rating, and based on the maximum rating you've achieved over the course of the season, you'll get placed into one of these Weekend Classic divisions. Each of these divisions has different rewards, and once the Weekend Classic begins, which I believe the date is April 11th.
Next Friday.
A week from
Next
today.
Friday, yeah.
A week from today.
Once it begins, you'll play 6 games of ranked 1v1, 9-inning games against another real-life opponent. And then your record in those 6 games determines which of these rewards you get. So
so let's kind of slow that down a little bit here. That was perfect. We have the highest stake games. This is a continuation of ranked.
Yes.
We have, and I know our fans, all of them, like the red alarms went off, Ian, when you said this, the most rewards you have ever seen in Diamond Dynasty. And a lot of them are in your first 6 games of this Weekend Classic.
Yeah, I think it's important for people to remember, this is a new feature in MLB The Show 25 that you fans haven't been able to get your hands on, and we're only a week away from everyone getting to play, like you said, these high-leverage ranked seasons games. Wins and losses are going to matter so much in those first 6 games. I'm really excited for everyone to be able to get to play this.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to play mine. I can't wait to see the people's reaction when they get to play theirs. I think it should be a lot of fun.
So, Ian, talk to me a little bit more about just the format here. I know that there's probably, thousands of players that are between 0 and 399 in that ranked rating. They will all be tied into groups of 100, right?
Yes, that's right. So if you see in the bottom there's a little line that says climb the leaderboard for a top 10 finish. So don't worry, you don't need to get top 10 out of the tens of thousands of people in your division. We're going to separate everybody in each division into a leaderboard of about 100 people. And then that leaderboard is going to determine these top 10 finish rewards. So if you get 10th place out of 100 people, which is pretty doable, then you'll be able to earn these extra rewards.
That's awesome. And then just matchmaking-wise, you will be matching up with players around the same rating, similar to ranked.
Yeah. So
even if they're not in that leaderboard, right?
Similarly to ranked, yeah. So you don't just match up with people in your 100-person leaderboard. You can actually match up with anybody queuing for ranked at the time. How it's going to work is the matchmaker will use a combination of your current rating with your current Weekend Classic division, and it'll kind of try to match you with an appropriate opponent based on that.
Yeah, so as people are playing Weekend Classic, you're going to be matchmaked with people within your league, but as Ian is saying, you're also able to gain and lose ranked rating as you would throughout ranked when Weekend Classic is not going on, so that still is tracking. So for our fans who keep getting their rating up, they keep winning, maybe they go 6-0 the first Weekend Classic games, you will still accumulate ranked rating, meaning if you haven't done so already, you can still get those World Series ranked rewards.
You can double dip almost.
Ooh, double dip. That's exactly it.
Yeah, so keep in mind that the ranked rating will be playing behind the scenes for the Weekend Classic. It's really important. The reason why we want to talk about it today on this stream is that you guys have 7 days to get your rating ready.
1 week.
And to get your squad ready. So we want to kind of walk through what you guys can expect depending on that ranked rating as things flip over next Friday. Do we want to walk through what some of these leagues are going to look like?
Yeah, go for it. Ian, walk us through Bronze 2. So right now we have a good chunk of all of our fans playing ranked currently within the Bronze 2 division. So what are we kind of looking at for the stakes here?
Yeah, so one of the big goals that we had with Weekend Classic is we wanted it to be a compelling experience for people no matter what their skill level was. So even if you're in this kind of Bronze 1, Bronze 2 range, which is actually the majority of our users right now,
right?
We want to make sure that they have relevant rewards to grind for, and they get that same high stakes experience that even the higher level players are playing for, even if they don't have quite the same caliber of rewards.
Sure.
So you'll see that in your first game. What you'll be playing for is 5 packs and 2,000 stubs. So immediately you just get 1 win. There you go. There's 5 packs, 2,000 stubs.
Easy.
And you'll work your way up. So if you go, for instance, 4-2 in your first 6 games, 4 wins, 2 losses, then you'll earn all of the rewards from 1 through 4 wins. So get those 5 packs, get those 2 ballin' packs, get that headliner pack, and you'll get that deluxe pipeline pack. So it really, the biggest thing is your record in those first 6 games. And if you manage to go 6-0, then you get that chase pack 1, you get 3 more ballin' packs, and a good handful of stubs to go with it as well.
Yeah, so these rewards are going to stack on each other when those first 6 wins. So obviously everyone wants to go 6-0. You'll wipe the whole slate clean. You'll get everything in your inventory, including those stubs at the bottom. I know it's hard to – I missed that the first time. I'm like, you're getting these packs and these stubs?
Wait until we get to the higher divisions.
I know.
Talk about stubs.
So, like, those first 6 games are going to be so important, but then keep in mind you can keep playing. Don't worry. I know this will run from Friday to Monday, so you can keep playing. You can keep climbing the leaderboard to get even more rewards on top of those first 6 win rewards.
Exactly. But Ian, talk me through the first 6 games. So we know Weekend Classic is a short amount of time. It usually takes place from a Friday afternoon into a Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday late morning. So what was the reasoning to kind of make the first 6 games that important? Like, was it a time differential?
Yeah, for sure. So we know that most of you have lives outside of MLB The Show. So we didn't want to make you play, 20 games of ranked seasons that each take about an hour to play, because we want these games to be full 9-inning experiences. So 6 games was kind of the middle ground that we settled on of we can expect a dedicated user to play about 6 games over the course of 4 days. And it won't be, asking them to sacrifice their personal life to grind MLB The Show, which we do not want you to do, to be clear.
Without a doubt. We know y'all touch grass when you can. However, we are going to start going up these thresholds. I see a lot of people in chat saying, well, hey, I'm a little bit higher than Bronze 2 division. What are the rewards going to look like for me? So if we want to move up a couple divisions, we see Silver 1. We're seeing, an Ultra Pipeline pack. We're seeing a Weekend Classic Choice pack, which we'll get to in a moment. But let's kind of go up to Gold 1 right here and kind of walk us through where some of our more higher level users, this is where I personally try to play. I can consistently get to the 700s. I've yet to make my World Series push to 800, but I think I'm going to have to, because if you think Gold 1 rewards are good, like, wait until you get Gold 2. So I'm going to have to play a lot of ranked this weekend, and I'm excited to do it. But you see, even better rewards. We have a Premier Choice pack, so you can choose between the Pipeline Premier pack, the new Threads Premier pack, 2 of those Weekend Classic Choice packs, and if I win all 6 of my first 6 games, I am guaranteed 3 Live Series Diamonds.
That's
Pretty
right.
awesome.
Yeah, what I'm seeing is just the scaling, like you're talking about, right? Like everything's scaling up as you get that rating higher and higher. For a guy like me, I usually live in like that 500 to 599 range. I'm going to try to make that push to 600 to get into that next tier to get those better rewards. So something to think about as we're 7 days away from Weekend Classic. Wherever you are, like if you want to red line and try to get up to that next rating, I know I'm going to be doing it. It's really cool to see how they just keep progressing.
And then Ian, talk me through our highest of high division. Shout out Seabrev on the live team. You know he'll be playing in the Immortal division. What can our fans expect?
Yes, so this is where you'll find the real grinders. So these are kind of what we envision to be the best rewards you've ever given out anywhere in Diamond Dynasty.
Can you say that again?
The best rewards you've ever given out anywhere in Diamond Dynasty.
And I'm seeing it with my own eyes right now.
I see that stub total at 6 wins.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
So, you'll see the big thing you'll see is at 6 wins, you do get 250,000 stubs, which we've never given out anywhere close to that amount anywhere.
Never.
No.
I don't think we've even come close to that.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. What I would like to call your attention to, though, is actually a 1 win. We have 2 of those Weekend Classic Choice Packs. So the Weekend Classic Choice Packs, we'll kind of get more into them later. That's going to be one of the big ticket items that you're going to want to earn in Weekend Classic. And each division that you kind of improve on, so if you're an Immortal, you'll need to get 1 win out of your 6 games to get 2 of those Weekend Classic Choice Packs. Or if you scroll down to maybe one of the Gold or Silver divisions, you'll see that if you're in Gold 1 or Gold 2, you'll need to hit 4 wins to get your first one and then 5 wins to get your second one. So you really want to improve your rating over the course of the season and get into higher brackets so that it'll be easier for you during the Weekend Classic.
So you need less wins of your first 6 games.
Right.
Exactly.
So if you're in Gold 2, then you'll need to get 3 and 3 to get your first Weekend Classic player, and then 4 and 2 to get your second Weekend Classic player. But if you work your way up to Diamond, then you only need to get 2 wins to get both of them.
Oh.
So there's a big difference.
Yeah, the scaling is
not
quite
only
evident.
in the quality of rewards, but also the ease to get this Weekend Classic player the higher division you get. So we really want to incentivize you to, over the course of the ranked season, to grind that rating as high as you can get it.
Yeah, so you heard it here from the man that created Weekend Classic. You want to get that ranked rating as high as you can. If you're someone like me that I don't struggle. I'm just like kind of a middle of the road player.
Yeah.
I still have a chance if I'm in that Silver 2.
Even Silver 1.
Even Silver
Yeah.
1, I can still get this Weekend Classic Choice Pack. It just might take, some very high leverage games in those first 6.
And I'm glad you mentioned that too, because even though we know Weekend Classic are going to be your most competitive ranked games, even if you do find yourself in Bronze 1, in Bronze 2, either or, these are still the best packs you are going to see. Like, for example, there's not a chase pack currently in an assorted program, but there is a chase pack. If you're around 400 rating, you go 6-0 in your Weekend Classic games. Of course, if you're able to go up and up, you're going to get even better packs even earlier. So there's a lot to play for, regardless of where you might qualify. But of course, if you're kind of in the 400, 499 range and you want to start playing a lot of solo ranked this weekend to up your rating to get into Silver 1, you're going to start seeing even more better packs.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember a time where a feature in Diamond Dynasty is giving you this many great packs and stubs just for playing the game. So I know these games are going to be super high leverage. That's by design. We want you to care about these 6 games, but you're also going to get some great rewards if you go through and play with it, right?
Absolutely. And then, Ian, quick question from the chat. Is it your maximum rating or your current rating that's going to put you in one of these divisions?
That is a great question.
Yeah.
So it's all going to be based on your maximum rating achieved in the ranked season. So if I hit 550 and then lose a few games and drop down to 450, then because I hit my max rating of 550, I'll be placed into Silver 1 once the Weekend Classic begins. And then once Weekend Classic starts, you're locked into your division. So even if if my current rating is 550, so I start in Silver 1, then I win a few games. I'm not going to promote up to Silver 2. I'm still going to be playing for the rewards within Silver 1. So once the Weekend Classic begins, you're locked into your division.
Right, and that goes the same way. Maybe if you lose the first 2 games, you'll still be eligible to get those rewards in the Silver 1.
Yep, that's
what I mean? So you're locked into that bucket once everything switches over next Friday.
So don't
Next
be afraid
Friday.
to keep playing ranked because you think you might demote out of your Weekend Classic. No, keep playing. Try to get that max rating as high as you can get. That's what really matters.
And there's going to be a lot to play for this weekend in solo ranked. I think it's time to reveal what's behind that Weekend Classic Choice Pack that's first introduced in the Silver 1 division. You'll see more and more earlier as you get up into the division. So Control Room Colin, shall we hit the first one?
First slide is up. There is your first Weekend Classic Choice Pack reward. Carlos Correa. Ian, talk to me about him.
Just a really well-balanced card. I mean, 87 contact right, 90 power right, so you got those good reverse splits going. 85 fielding at short is pretty huge, plus that 89 arm.
He's one of the best,
like
if
it.
not the best shortstop currently out and grindable right now. Well, starting next Friday, I should
Starting
say.
next Friday, yeah.
Yeah, so keep in mind these will drop next Friday with the Weekend Classic, but I mean, yeah, seeing that contact and power versus right, he's got that contact versus left, great fielding. I know some people like their speed, but they're going to sacrifice that for some great defense and some great hitting.
Oh, without a doubt. And if we want to go full camera here, we have one more player in that choice pack. We've been keeping it a secret, but Carson, Ian, our fans know we always have some tricks up our sleeves as they experienced in the Common Courtesy program. We have a new legend reveal for all of you today. I know you all have been asking, when are we talking about Spotlight? When are we talking about Last Ride? Well, we got you for a new legend reveal. And I think it would be a little fun if we had the Twitch chat, the YouTube chat, play a little trivia for us.
Ooh. Let's play some
with
trivia.
us.
We have seen this card in MLB The Show before. It's just been a few years.
It's been a few years.
Ashley, let's hit him with some questions.
Let's hit it. All right. I did not bring my reading glasses, but trivia number 1. He is a 2-time Cy Young Award winner. Let's start seeing some guesses in the chat.
So we
seeing
have
some.
a pitcher,
It's a pitcher.
unless it's a very talented fielder.
But Ian, what is trivia fact number 2 for this player?
Let me scroll over here. He played 13 Major League Baseball seasons with a career 38.3 Fangraphs WAR.
Ooh, okay. I might have seen the name in chat. We'll see if more people start to get him.
Remember, this is a returning legend. The final bit here is he scared me in MLB The Show 20.
He scared everybody.
He scared everybody.
I still have nightmares about him in MLB The Show 20. I think he's back. I think people are starting to figure out who it is. Colin, let's show the slide.
Corey Kluber, new legend to MLB The Show 25. He's back.
He's so back. I am so scared. Look at that pitch mix. 89 overall. You got to keep in mind that's one of the best pitchers on the jump next Friday. Really good card, Ian.
Yeah, he's got that sinker cutter mix. That's really the go-to for a lot of players in our ranks. So definitely a great pitch mix. Got a lot of MLB The Show history, So I think I'll be popping into my rotation as kind of a nostalgic player.
Yeah, I'm seeing "Oh God, no" in the chat. I feel you, chat. I don't know what the live content team was thinking, bringing him back. I'm going to be terrified of this guy, but what a great reward for the first weekend classic in MLB The Show history. So you'll get to choose between either Corey Kluber or that Carlos Correa card. Huge W.
Absolutely. Let's go right back to the dev kit. Let's summarize Weekend Classic real quick. So, hey, for most of our fans who are in that Bronze 2 449 rating, if you play some more solo ranked this weekend, you can then choose Corey Kluber or choose Carlos Correa if you go 6-0 in your first 6 games in Silver 1. If you keep on playing ranked this weekend, you'll see more and more of those packs with fewer win requirements to get there. We've talked a lot about Weekend Classic. In case you're still looking for more information, please be sure to check out theshow.com. We released a Weekend Classic blog just a few weeks ago. But Ian, any last bits and pieces our fans should know?
I was just passed a note with the all caps word sellable ? So yes, these rewards are sellable.
Yes.
We can confirm.
Yeah, so if you grind up and get these rewards, you can sell them. And conversely, if you maybe crashed out a Weekend Classic a little bit and didn't earn the rewards, then you can buy them on the marketplace.
Yeah,
Correct.
So lots of options there. Do not worry. All these rewards will be sellable. We're ready for Weekend Classic. You guys have 1 week to get that rating tight, to get your squad tight. We have a lot of great players that are going to be coming in today that you guys will be able to start grinding for, but really excited for the Weekend Classic next Friday.
I know for me, I will be playing a lot of solo rank to getting my rating up because I also still need Jose Bautista. And I'm going to have Jose Bautista on my Weekend Classic squad next weekend.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he rakes. He's going to be a huge asset to anyone that can get him.
Absolutely. All right, Weekend Classic, once again, if you're looking for more information, there's a blog on theshow.com all about your FAQs. And then start playing some solo ranked if you haven't this weekend, because I know you're going to be wanting to add Carlos Correa and or Corey Kluber onto your squad. But Carson, Ian, we got a spotlight program in front of us.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Enough about the Weekend Classic. We still have 7 days.
What's today now?
We got to do what we're doing for you guys today, and that is the April Spotlight Drop 1 program, Ashley. I know we've talked about it a lot, Ian. We've talked about it. It is essentially what's great about monthly awards for some of the OGs that used to play that.
I love monthly awards.
The season awards that you guys saw last year, and then, of course, Topps Now all
making a
bundled
comeback.
into a great program. Ashley, talk to me more about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, you said it all. It's hitting some of the best parts of these type of programs through the last couple of years. So we're going to have a weekly cadence of Spotlight programs, and we're also going to have a monthly cadence of these programs. So if we want to get right into the dev kit, what are our fans playing for today? And to your point, Carson, we have a couple Tops Now rewards.
Yeah, and a lot to play for. I see someone at 20 points that
20
I will
points.
be very excited to get on the team. Like you said, these are going to be weekly, and they're going to, dictate whatever we've seen from the previous week. And you see some 2 great cards you can just earn by playing right off the jump.
Absolutely. And if we want to go back full screen so I can pull up some attributes without spoiling the final reward. So we're going to have Cameron Misner, but I know you're looking for your guy, Mackenzie Gore. Talk me through Gore's opening day performance.
Yeah, I mean, it was great to see. 13 strikeouts. He just was absolutely dialed. Everyone remembers he was traded for Juan Soto back in the day. It's cool to see him
right.
come up. Him and Abrams are definitely starting off hot. Very excited to get this card. Probably, within the first hour or 2 of the program dropping.
I would say even faster than
yeah,
that.
fingers crossed. So great card for everyone.
All right, back to the dev kit here. So we're seeing Tops Now is remaking its way back into our game once again. But we have the Spotlight series. It's a new series in MLB The Show 25. Again, if you've liked season awards, monthly awards, how Tops Now programs have worked in the past, Carson, Ian, should we introduce our fans their first Spotlight series award that they can win?
I think we should. It's pretty exciting.
Let's get after it. Jordan Westberg of the Baltimore Orioles is your final program reward for the first April Spotlight program. Shout out Mills, huge O's fan. Ian, Carson, what are we kind of looking at here?
It's just a really well-balanced card. Kind of similar to the Correa, but 86 speed and 83 fielding, any infield position except first, and really nice reverse splits again. 93 contact rate, 81 power rate, 95 clutch.
Yeah, I was going to say working left to right here, you see the contact, you see the fielding, you're like, certainly you're going to sacrifice something here, but the speed's right there too. A really good card you can get just by playing the program today.
Right, and our fans, I see the chat, I see we have some mixed opinions about this card. Remember, we're only a couple of weeks post-launch. We're slowly making our way up the overall curve. At 88 overall, this is one of, if not the highest grindable third baseman that you can add into your squad in about an hour, maybe 2 hours, Carson.
Yeah, in terms of OVR to grind time, you're going to see it's perfect, right? Like you can play for an hour, hour and a half, and you'll have 88 third basemen. I think that's a huge win for the community.
Right. And Ian, Jordan Westberg isn't all in this program.
That is correct.
What do we have here as well?
We have a pack. We heard a lot of feedback last year about not including packs in programs. So I think we would tried our best to address that in most of our programs this year. So there's a pack that you can earn right from the program if you want to take a look at what's inside there maybe.
Absolutely. I saw his name a lot in the chat, but Tommy Edmond returns to the show.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, one of Lane's favorites from the live content team. A lot of little players, or good players, that you can earn from this pack.
Yeah, and it's something we've talked about in the last few streams, but we're committed to, you're going to see a pack in the show shop, but
Yes.
you're also going to see that pack in the program. It's something
Without a
that
doubt.
we didn't have as much of last year, but it's something that we want to do this year for the community. All you guys just get in, play the program, and you'll get a chance at one of these great players.
Yeah, I see a lot of fans excited over this Max Muncy card. I should say Athletics Max Muncy.
The other Max Muncy.
Not Dodgers Max Muncy, but 101 contact left. For those of our fans who have already unlocked Aroldis Chapman, be careful. The antidote is on the way, and his name is Max Muncy.
I was going to say, this card kind of reminds me of that New Threads Cody Bellinger that I've been hitting really well with, just on the right side. But yeah, this is a really nice card.
Absolutely. So once again, you'll have a chance to earn any of these players once you get to this pack. The pack works pretty similar to season awards. You'll get a random player out of that pack. But a big thing that Ian touched upon, Carson said as well, this is new to MLB The Show 25. Last year, we would introduce the pack a week later in the program. It was a non-sellable version of the pack. This year, just like you've seen in Pipeline, New Threads, various future programs coming up, Spotlight is no different. You will see, once that pack is dropped in the shop, you're going to see it in the program, and it is a sellable version in the program.
I'm hearing more people want to see some of the attributes.
Oh, we can go through. I mean, how do I forget my guy Tommy Edmond, switch hitter,
Tommy
secondary
Tanks.
positions.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I know that some of the secondary positions haven't been as, available.
They haven't been very frequent.
Yeah, exactly.
It's rare to find a card with one secondary position, if not multiple, like Tommy.
So seeing that kind of Swiss Army knife card in the game, I think is a huge W. Great fielding. And then we love the switch hitters, right?
Oh, we love our switch hitters. And then lastly, shout out San Diego Padre, Nick Pivetta, fastball mix, throwing in that 12-6 curve, that sweeper. He's going to have a lot of batters unbalanced at the plate.
Yeah, he was kind of dealing in his first start. Looks really good for the Padres. Undefeated team to start.
Undefeated team, 7-0.
Shout out San Diego. Another great card in this pack.
Absolutely. And I'm seeing chat talking about names that maybe they haven't seen in this program. These programs are going to be coming at you week after week after week. So maybe if you haven't seen a player yet, you might see them in a future week. Or maybe if you're not seeing them in a couple of weeks off the bat, it's because they're having a good month and you might see them at that monthly cadence.
Yeah, and these are from opening weekend, is
Opening
that correct?
weekend,
So
yes.
yeah, anybody from the first week of MLB after opening weekend is going to be coming in the next drop. So
That's a good
these are
call.
guys from opening weekend specifically.
Absolutely. And then Carson, Ian, how am I going to get this Jordan Westbury? Let's try to walk through our tasks here.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you'll see a couple moments that you guys can work through. This will probably jumpstart. This is where I like to go first.
I love going moments first.
You start unlocking some of those cards so you can get into the other missions. But yeah, what do we have here? It looks like 7 moments.
Absolutely.
So you can work through these moments pretty quickly. Main goal here is to get you guys in the program, get you guys earning these cards quickly. So get in here and you start with your moments, and then you can work through everything else.
Right. Speaking of moments, Ian, at the very bottom of this list here,
Yes.
talk me through this optional extreme moment.
Yes, so you might recall the Yankees hit back-to-back-to-back home runs on, I think, back-to-back-to-back pitches.
Yes.
Three pitches.
So we would not ask you to do that as a required moment, but there is an optional extreme moment, and completing the optional extreme moment with the other moments, does that just complete the entire program?
That's exactly what I was trying to tee you up for. If you are a moments fiend and you just want to hit on all of those 7 moments that Carson was talking us through, and you also want to hit on this extreme moment that Ian was talking to, you will get Jordan Westberg right when you finish up these moments. That's 8 moments.
Yeah.
I say 8, but this is a very hard one.
26 program points from one moment alone. I mean, Rory kind of cooked here.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you guys want to just rock through the moments and you have the skill to hit the 3 home runs, I mean, you're done with the program.
Done with the program. Yeah, huge shout out to Rory, Brian, and Cody cooking us up some great ways to finish this program and earn these awesome cards that I'm personally excited to. I mean, I keep saying this, Matt Shaw, he's my third baseman, but as I'm looking forward to Weekend Classic, I kind of want to get Jordan Westberg as soon as possible.
Totally.
But
and for the people that can't complete the extreme moment,
You read my mind.
there's tons of other options. We're seeing PXP missions. I mean, I've been loving this. You just put them in.
Put them in and get going.
And get going, exactly. So you got that for any of the cards on those Tops Now cards you guys are earning. And then, of course, you have other missions you guys can knock out in just about any game mode in Diamond Dynasty. So we're kind of just letting you guys play however you want to play. If you want to grind out that extreme moment, good luck. That's very exciting. I will not be able to do it. But just giving you guys that flexibility to get through this program pretty quickly.
Biggest thing is flexibility. And what I personally really love about these stat missions is I could dive into these right away because, well, if you have a Diamond Dynasty squad, you have a third baseman, you have a second baseman, starting pitcher, so on and so forth. So I can almost start earning some passive progress if maybe I'm playing some ranked, I want to get these missions done, and then boom, I'm, roughly a quarter, maybe a third into the program, if not a little bit more, and bam, I'm going to hit on those moments, try to finish the program and get as close to finishing as possible. But we have some moments, we have some missions,
We have something else.
we have some collections.
Yes.
Yes. So once again, as our fans have experienced in our new Threads program, the Pipeline program, if you want to, it's an option. If you get all of those cards from the pack and you collect them, you will finish the program.
Yes. Optional, all in caps. Whatever, if you guys want to do it, it's there. If not, it's all good. Remember, these packs might be found in other programs down the road. But yeah, you can get another great reward here.
Absolutely. And if we want to go back to the main camera real quick for the Lightning collections, if you all saw those folders, If you work your way through the collections tab and you go back to the dev kit on the big tiles here, you'll see that we added a Spotlight Series tile right here. It's the third one. It's in between Live Series and Legends and Flashbacks. So Ian, we have not one, but two collections behind this tile.
That's right. Yeah. So the one people might be drawn to first is the April Lightning one. And this is going to work pretty similarly to how we did monthly awards in the past.
Yeah, so what you guys can come to expect here is you knock out these weekly programs, and those top-end cards that you earn at the end of the programs are going to be a part of this collection.
Right. All you have to do to get the April Spotlight Lightning of the Month is play through the weekly drops. Play through the first one, Jordan Westberg. You're already 1/5 of the way there, so we'll have 5 total April Spotlight weekly drops, and you will be able to get whoever that Lightning player might be of the month. We don't know yet. We'll have to see how the season plays out for this month.
Yeah, this is a huge W for the moments players. Like, the people that are good at these moments are going to be able to mow through this really, really quickly. But obviously, there's so many ways to get through the programs. You're going to want to try to stay current every week, because then, the second the Lightning guy drops, it'll be much easier to collect him.
I'm seeing some people talking about this 50 stub number. It's not really the purpose of this collection is getting the stubs, is to get that Lightning player, because if you look back into the drop program, there's stubs and packs in there. There's also plenty to be found throughout the assorted programs. The main purpose here is that Lightning player and a little sprinkle on top.
Exactly. Like, know that this exists, and know that it will be updated on May 6th.
Exactly.
With a great player.
Yeah, just because what you see now is what you see doesn't mean it doesn't have the chance to be updated. But that is our April Lightning collection. Play through the 5 upcoming April Spotlight drop programs. You'll get the April Lightning of the Month. And then we do have one more collection that is returning for MLB The Show 25. We haven't quite seen this in a little while, but the April Retro Lightning for our fans who were big into monthly awards, especially in MLB The Show 22. We had a retro player kind of tucked away a couple weeks into the future. We will be having a retro Lightning player returning for MLB The Show 25, and that's where those packs within the program are going to come in clutch, because if you collect those Spotlight Series cards that you can possibly get from that pack, you'll get an additional retro Lightning player. Not required at all, but if you're getting those packs, you're getting some good pack luck. Why not a little cherry on top of that pack luck?
Yeah, keep in mind this is optional, and you'll be getting these packs within the program. So if you can stay patient, hold on to them. Don't sell them in the market. If you get some good pulls here, you can lock them in and get a really good reward.
Without a doubt. Ian, do you have any early season predictions for April Lightning?
Ooh, you're putting me on the
spot.
spot.
You don't have to answer that.
No, I don't.
It's too early.
Yeah.
It's too early. But if you're choosing to play April Spotlight program drop 1 today, Carson, it's probably going to take you, assuming you don't do the extreme moment, you do the 7 moments, you knock out a couple of missions, 2 hours? A little less, a little more?
Yeah, maybe less, honestly. I'm hoping to have this done within an hour and a half max. And if you do that every week, you just keep progressing towards that Lightning player, which historically, I love having him in my lineup.
I just love the card art.
Yeah, exactly.
I cannot shout out the live art team enough. Everyone on that team, amazing, from Jen, Christina, Chris, Adam, Brendan. They are truly knocking it out of the park. I feel like every single time we go live, there is something new, always something new art-wise to show them, and something our fans have never seen before.
Yeah, so keep an eye out. May 6th, first Lightning player. Huge W there. I'm excited.
Without a doubt. But that is not all with today's update. So we've talked through Weekend Classic. Start playing some ranked games if you haven't done so already. We've talked April Spotlight program. Yep. And there's one more program on the docket. Before we're about 15 minutes or so from pushing the button, you can play all of this in just a little bit. We have the Last Ride program.
Yeah, one last ride. It's all about family. Excited for this one. What I like the most about it is how easy it'll be for people to progress. I think you'll be able to knock out this program within an hour.
An hour?
That's what I think.
Ooh,
if I can do it in an hour, that means some of you guys can do it in 30 minutes.
That's a good point. Yeah, for those of us who maybe have 30 minutes after work tonight, maybe an hour this weekend, or maybe you don't have time to play until Monday after work, you'll be able to get 2 very good cards in 30 minutes, an hour tops.
Totally. And I think it's just celebrating that last ride, the new card series. These two players that you'll be able to earn in the program had some very, very good final seasons in the MLB, and we celebrate it here in this program.
Oh, yeah. Ian, talk us through the first last ride card you can earn in this program. Let's bring it up.
Yeah, let's do it. Mike Mussina. Yeah. One of the players that we targeted for these programs are ones that really had one of their best seasons in the last year of their career. So Mike Mussina had his first career 20-win season at age 39. And it was one a lot of people say solidified his Hall of Fame candidacy.
I agree. Shout out Seabrev. Yeah. We were talking about Mike Mussina's career before going live today, and he had mentioned those two tidbits, and I was like, dang. Like, you always think of Mike Mussina, like, that's Hall of Fame Mike Mussina. But the fact that he had such a fantastic last season at his age, it's pretty remarkable.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And this card, I know, you're going to get really early on, really easy. You probably get this within 20 or 25 minutes of playing.
Oh, easy.
Really good walk per 9, really solid back-end starter for most people probably.
Right.
And like I said, in terms of grind, it's really light.
Yeah, and I know our fans love their quirks. Mike Mussina is no stranger. He's got break outlier. So you see that speed differential from sinker to knuckle curve, and now you add on that break outlier. Good night. To get this card in 20 minutes, it's pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's great. Of course, that's not the only reason you're doing the last ride program. You got to celebrate another player that had a fantastic final season in the MLB, Ashley.
Yep. I want to throw this to Ian real quick. Across the country from maybe a rival once upon a time for the Dodgers, if you will. But talk me through, we have a chunk of fans that have really been loved in MLB The Show 25.
We have, yeah.
And today
I don't know how
is
this
no
happened,
different.
so.
No, we need to like check up and like what's going on here.
But it always had to be this player, right?
It always had to be this player. When you're talking last ride series, one of the best last seasons of a historied career. Ian, who are we talking about?
Of course, talking about Big Papi, David Ortiz. Yeah, this is, if you just look at the hitting attributes, these are like some of the best hitting attributes you can get for free in any of our programs that we've dropped so far. Maybe don't look at the speed and fielding too much.
It's
but
Big Papi.
He's
He's
your
that.
DH.
He's your
Who
DH.
needs him?
Maybe
Yeah.
you stick him at
He'll
first.
hit bombs. He doesn't have to run.
Yeah, professional hitter here, Ian. I mean, what a great final season in the MLB. Capped off as the final award in the last ride program. Again, this is a card that all you have to do is play the game, play the program, and you'll get this card within an hour. I think he'll be in a lot of lineups, Ashley.
Without a doubt. You're talking about how do we get this card. There's 2 folders. Keep it pretty simple.
Very
Let's
easy.
check out the Mike Mussina folder. Play 3 moments. Done in maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Yep.
And then go, finish up your mini seasons if you're playing mini seasons. If you're playing ranked, throw out some Yankee starters. Bam, you got Mike Mussina.
Yeah, easy. Right off the jump, you're going to get a ton of points just to get you right to that 25 mark. Very, very easy. And then you're looking at Big Papi here. More moments, more hits with Red Sox, which shouldn't be a problem. They're everywhere in Diamond Dynasty.
Right.
And then, of course, the PXP, Ian.
Yeah,
PXP.
get it anywhere.
There you go. And then last quick, or I guess 2 more quick notes for the last ride program. Personally, one of my favorite things playing this program as we're play testing it before you all get to it in just a matter of 10 minutes or so is you see this hits with Red Sox mission, tally 15 hits. What I was personally experiencing as I was playing this program, I was getting hits with Red Sox players as I had them in my lineup, and I was also making simultaneous, I wasn't even thinking about it, but Red Sox team affinity progress. You're going to see a lot of overlap as you're playing through team affinity in some of these assorted programs.
Yeah, just playing, you're going to be getting so many different reward paths. They're all going to be racking up the XP there. So huge win, last ride program. Get together with your family. Sit on a picnic table,
Oh my God.
Just go for one last ride and go get that Big Papi.
Absolutely. If we want to go back to the full camera, one last quick note for the last ride program before you all play this is those last ride cards, as very quickly as you can get them. Again,
This is important.
about an hour or so. This is important. We're going to start seeing some breadcrumbs. But if we want to pull up the dev kit now and head on over to our collections tab. We have this Legends and Flashbacks collection. Santander, I know, is well on the front of many of your minds.
Yeah.
But we know one of the categories in this is Last Ride. So in 1 hour of play, you're going to get 2 Last Ride cards, and I want to start calling your attention, if you haven't already noticed in game, to that blue highlight in the top right-hand corner of your screen. This collection will be updated on April 25th, and you're going to want to make sure you have as many of these different series cards as you possibly can. And that's all I think I'm going to say on that.
Yes. Collecting as many series cards as you can before that day might be important.
I think it's very important.
So that's all we'll say with it. But this is a huge win. You can get 2 of them off the jump just by playing in an hour. So just keep that in the back of your mind here as you're looking at some of these players.
Absolutely. So we have Weekend Classic next Friday. Today, in just a matter of 10 minutes, give or take, you can get Jordan Westberg on your squad, add Big Papi at first base. But Colin, if we want to pull up the future calendar here, our fans were predicting it in the chats.
Yes.
We had double PXP weekend last weekend.
Which people liked.
Which they loved.
Yeah.
We'll have the Last Ride program today. But we wanted to stretch something out for the entire week because the second inning program XP Path is starting next Friday. You will have the chance to earn double XP from today up until we go live on stream again next Friday.
Yeah, go finish the first inning program. You really don't have an excuse. We're giving you double XP for a week. So get in there. You're going to be getting double XP just working through before next Friday. Huge win there, Ian.
Yeah, for sure. Get that second boss back.
No, for real. Which bosses do you have already, Ian? Or who are you looking forward to getting?
I got my first boss pack. Picked Manny.
Oh, me too. Manny goes ham.
Pretty close to the second one. I think I take Beltray. You know, it's a nice balanced card.
Oh, yeah.
I like fielding.
Kind of need it.
Yeah.
With all the updates.
The amount of home runs I've given up to Manny is insane.
Yeah.
He's just raking on me. I have Mark McGuire right now, but I'm hoping to get Manny in that second pack.
That's a big one. But
Yeah.
that's huge. If you don't already have your first boss, or maybe not even your second boss, double XP week until the second inning XP path drops. Finish up your XP path. There's no time like the present as you're grinding ranked, getting your rating up for Weekend Classic. Relish in that double XP. And then, you know, I don't want to call myself out here. I don't touch grass a lot these days. Though I did have a softball game last night. I can confirm I touched grass.
Good.
But I do have the XP path already finished, so I am very much looking forward to as many wheel spins as possible, because you know it's a wheel.
Get
right?
those
That's what I'm
rewards.
saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, real quick, actually, if we want to go to the dev kit, we have a little XP wheel update. So our fans noticed that we had some deluxe pipeline and ultra pipeline and premier pipeline packs. To relish in double XP week, we have updated the wheel rewards. If we want to hit it on screen real quick, our fans will now have a chance at either of those random pipeline or random new threads packs. So as you're spinning the wheel through double XP, you'll have a chance to earn either one of those packs if you get one of these randomized packs and you open it up into your favor.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, just play the game, double XP. No reason not to just be running through the wheel if you've made it through the program already.
I'm going to be like a hamster this weekend in the wheel.
Very nice.
But back to the calendar. What else are we looking at here, Carson?
Yeah, so double XP week. Of course, we have a Dude Perfect Challenge of the Week video.
Oh, yeah. Dude Perfect Challenge of the Week. If you missed it on YouTube, you're going to want to check it out. They had a 200-mile-per-hour fastball challenge.
It's insane.
But even more importantly, you see 2 of the guys behind us joined the dudes in their YouTube video, an awesome collaboration, and our fans are going to be able to experience some of those happenings in the video in this upcoming challenge of the week.
Yeah, you can see that on the blog on theshow.com. That'll direct you to YouTube.
Ooh, prizes I heard.
Tons of prizes. Go check out the blog on theshow.com and you'll see everything you need to know about Challenge of the Week and that Dude Perfect collaboration.
Without a doubt. And next on the calendar, Ian, what are we looking at here?
Next live stream, we're gonna
Go live?
reveal a lot of cool stuff. I think.
Oh,
There's,
they have no idea.
Yeah, they really don't. We have the double XP week to kind of close out this XP path, but I think we might get into some of the next XP path in the next stream, so you're gonna want to tune in for that.
Absolutely. Hey, you hit on it perfectly. And then Weekend Classic starting next week with the second inning XP path. Play ranked, get the content going because there's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, definitely. Weekend Classic, second inning program, lots of W's. I think April 11th is going to be a live show you're not going to want to miss.
Oh, no, not at all. We got surprises. We always have surprises.
Yeah, one more question for Weekend Classic from the
yeah.
chat as well. So just to clarify, Weekend Classic only tracks for solo. So there's only Weekend Classic in solo
Oh,
ranked.
yeah, that's a good point.
Your rating, the only rating that counts to put you into a Weekend Classic bracket is your solo ranked rating. So your co-op rating.
1v1.
Yeah, 1v1. Co-op is not factored into it. Co-op's kind of its own separate thing. A lot of fun. I actually played more co-op than solo rating recently.
I'm almost at World Series in co-op.
Yeah.
I'm getting excited, but I got to put the controller down in co-op, and I got to go ham in solo.
Yeah, so
1 week.
Weekend Classic's the ultimate 1v1 kind of battleground, so only solo ranked is going to factor into that.
And then one more quick question I see in the chat. Don't worry, our little Conquest fans. We have a new Conquest map also out for you today. The Sword Conquest map. Be careful, it's pointy.
I heard there's tons of great rewards in that Conquest map, so all you Conquest fans, you'll be all set. In
All set?
What, a couple minutes? Yeah.
Couple of minutes. I think we should wrap this up.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything we have. Colin, anything else on deck here? Second inning, yeah, we talked about this. Show live, we'll be covering everything Weekend Classic, everything second inning program. Next Friday, you will not want to miss it. Everything else, Jackie Robinson Day, we will be back live for another The Show Live to talk about all the great Jackie Robinson Day content that we will be dropping in the game that day. So lots of streams here. We're really excited. Shout out to everyone at SDS. Shout out to the live team. Shout out to the
live team, our team.
Shout out to everyone that makes these things go. It takes a village, as Ramon always says. Check out the scouting report. I think that there's going to be a scouting report April pack coming in the future.
Okay.
So make sure you sign up for the scouting report on theshow.com. Check out socials for any other updates. But yeah, thank you to everyone. Thank you to the community. Keep the feedback coming.
Huge thank you from Ian from the design team joining us today.
Thank you for having me. A lot of fun.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Peace.